Alright, so this is season 2 with the DR675 EXI. This is a trimmer mower, and we went to fired up no problem after the winter storage, even with the gas that was stored in it over the winter time. The issue that came up was it wasn't cutting very well. It seemed like it lacked power here at the trimmer head, and got online and I couldn't find much information about it. I did check the manual, nothing about, I'll say this, not too much information about losing power at the head. But it did state that if you had a frayed belt or something like that, you could take some steps to take this shroud off here and up underneath, and there's a belt in there. And come to find out, it was just a very loose belt. How that happened, I have no idea. But just a quick little tip: if you're losing power here at the head, or if your string isn't turning, it's probably because your belt inside is actually slipping, and there's probably no damage. So before you send this off, it's real simple to pop off this shroud right here. There's 4 bolts that hold this on up underneath. You just tilt this back. Just tilt this thing back all the way, and you've got 4 bolts, okay? And you pop that off after you've taken your string out, of course, so this will slide down. This whole plastic piece slides down, and it exposes the belt on the inside. And just make sure that that belt is taut. Now that, depending on what model you have, mine's a manual, so that bar right there will tighten the belt when it's engaged down here, obviously. And ours was extremely loose, so we had to tighten it up. And just quickly, to do that, on your rail right here, you'll see this tensioning bolt. And basically you turn this clockwise, okay? So you're going to go clockwise with it. And this will actually tighten up the cable here, and it also tightens up the belt inside, okay? And mine is as far clockwise as I can get it to go without it actually separating from the housing here. Now, if that's a design issue or what, I'm not sure, but you can see right there the grommets and the O-ring and stuff that's, in my opinion, supposed to be in this housing, but because mine was so loose, I had to take it all the way down to bare thread. And while it is concerning, it did the job for me, so I may just put a little piece of tape or something on here just to keep any kind of debris or water from getting in there. Now I realize that previously I couldn't have the ball down there sitting on the grass and cutting because it would bog down. Well, now I don't have that problem. That's all been resolved just by tightening that up. I was thinking for a while it was bad gas or something like that, but got it all working, and it was just that simple. It is in the manual. It does tell you how to tension up the belt, but it's not specific for the lack of power. For the lack of power, they suggest you replace the belt and check for a worn belt, but it doesn't say to first check the tensioning. So first check the tensioning, then replace the belt if necessary. But I didn't find that out until I was halfway through taking the belt off, that in the instructions for doing so, it later on says halfway down how to tension the belt once you've replaced it. So I jumped straight to page 24 in your instruction manual on how to tension the bolt, or tension the belt back up. So once I got everything reassembled, fired it up, went out there, it's kicking butt again. So we're chopping down major weeds and everything with this. So I still recommend it. That's just one little issue that came up, and who knows how that happened. It probably was like that the whole time, and it just became a nuisance based on what I was trying to cut. but it's a great machine. I highly recommend it. I do find myself browsing their products more and more frequently for future equipment. So so far I'm liking the DR Power. It's pretty nice. If you don't have one of these and you've got some acreage, and it's acreage that's wooded, I would strongly recommend looking into this. Alrighty, hope that helps somebody. On to the next.